the Sasakoli. This man won the WBO Cruiserweight title and hasn't ruled out a move to the heavyweight division. Jake Paul, fighting out of Cleveland, Ohio, currently residing in Dorado, Puerto Rico.
This is going to be an intense stare before the fight starts.
So now let's go into the ring for the official introductions. Here's the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, here is a British, Commonwealth, and European Cruiserweight champion from London, England, a Cruiserweight champion of the world, Lawrence the Sauce Okolie. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Dorado, Puerto Rico, a social media superstar and rising contender known as El Gallo de Dorado, Jake Paul.
So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
Sarge, all I can say, heaven on earth.
I want you to
Heaven on
protect
earth.
yourself at all
So a
times.
capacity crowd here
And
for
what I
this
see,
one.
you
We've
must
been
be
waiting a
ready.
long time
Good
for
luck.
this matchup. Here we go. And we're underway in round one. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? And he scores with the counter. These punches coming from every angle. A lot of pre-match drama. Who could forget what we saw yesterday at the weigh-in, fighting at the bit to get it on in this historic venue.
For a fighter walking into a theatre, I think this is the closest thing to fighting in a gym because the people are up close. You can hear people talking ringside. You can hear people jeering, saying how good you are, saying how bad you are. You can hear the pressure, the expectation.
Nice counter. There's a counter shot. Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Okolie in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, make it look so easy.
You start working a few body shots. What's that? What are you doing? Come on, you're switching up. Get out there. There's 1-2 straight down the middle. You can't miss it. Now, good work. Stay focused. Need you to switch back on.
And there's the bell to start round two. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. That counter punch up and now going for the finish. No, we don't see a knockdown.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
shot. Halfway through the round. Whoa, wait a minute. And we may see an early stoppage here. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Swing and a miss with that jab. They're giving us a high-tempo show. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Okolie in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of...
Come on, do you want to win this fight?
On to the third. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Stamina is off the charts. Good counter punch. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. How about that? Lawrence Okolie rocked and down he goes. You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming and there was nothing they could do.
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
One, two, three, four, five. You still want to fight?
They're back on their feet, but how long will they stay there?
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter shot. So we enter the final 10 seconds here in a pretty dominant display. Let's talk about Okolie in that last round. You got to wonder how big of a factor that knockdown is going to be we just saw.
Loved the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
I like that, I'm happy. You were smart, you weren't loading up.
There's the bell for round 4. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming up? He's getting everything, full barrel because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
Catch and shoot. And that jab just missed with the left hand. The straight right just misses. Good counter punching. Beautiful counter shot. Back and forth they go. Neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Swing and a miss with that hook. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Okolie in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
People fight that round. Now it's a tougher fight. You got to do it.
There's the bell to start round 5. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
The perfect counter lands. Punch, counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. What heart, what desire, but at what cost? They're always looking for that KO, and we could see an upset right here. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What will they do? What will they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
The straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. About Okolie in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
There's a lot on the line here.
Just set him up and you'll take him out. Look, he's ready to go.
Here we go in the 6th round. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered.
This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Stamina is off the charts. Perfect counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That's a lot of swelling. The referee taking a good look at it. Is he going to stop it?
Are you all right? Are you okay?
So the referee says fight on. I think it's safe to say one of these fighters certainly has a significant speed advantage. You can tell who it is.
Some fighters are just gifted with such hand speed, footwork, movement. They are gifted. They are the chosen few.
Those counter punches have to hurt. That counter shot lands. The only fear you have with this fighter is has he punched? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Hold that thought! What's the referee thinking right now? And down goes Jake Paul. And it's a one-hitter quitter. What a knockout shot. Let's take another look.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
One, two, three, four. Give me your glove.
Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but...
Say it again.
And there's the bell for round 7. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
Always looking for that KO, and we could see an upset right here. And Jake Paul goes down. That punch to the head looks so good live. Let's see it again in slow motion and really appreciate it.
Where did that come from? What a shot.
One, two, three, four, five, six. You okay?
So this fight will continue, but how can they get back into this bout?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight is capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
We're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Jake Paul in that last round. He's been knocked down, but at least not knocked out yet.
Can make or break a fight.
Good man. You stay focused. Good.
Round 8, and we're off again. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. And he wasn't ready for that counterpunch. This fight may stop here considering all the bruising and swelling on the face.
Taking too much. The fight is over.
And the referee will stop it, and that's it. It's over. The fight is over, and we've got a winner.
I think the referee forgot until all of a sudden, yeah, you know what, I better do my job here.
Well, Johnny, how do you rate the performance after this stoppage win?
What's next? A TKO makes it so confusing because you think, what would have happened if the fight had carried on? These guys are going to have to do it all over again.